Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to introduce Dr. Manoranjan Mishra, sir. He is professor and director HRDC at Fakir Mohan University. He contributed his expertise and knowledge at various STEAM institutions, including Sikkim Central University, Mirampur University, and served as a visiting professor at IISER Mirampur between 2010 and 2020. His research pursuits as multifaceted, encompassing and climate change, geospatial technology, geodesign thinking, disaster management, and natural resource management. As of 2023, he was authored 53 research papers. He has successfully overseen 5 major research projects and engaged in 6 international consultancy, underscoring his significant contribution to academic and field of expertise. Now, I would delighted to invite Dr. Manoranjan Mishra, sir, to speak on research in startup innovation and strategic planning.
Okay, so thank you. So very good afternoon. Like we have few participants, still we'll start. I think which I will be talking is a very new technology, which is called as geospatial strategy. So that can help you not only maximizing your profit. Other thing which I will be talking more about how you really look at the this. Means when you are doing your entrepreneurships, so how you will be looking at the environment. These are the two parameters which I will be discussing. So while coming yesterday, I think some student asked me, so how geospatial technology is helpful for business management. I think so. I am more doing research as a conservationist or disaster manager rather than business. So, like as a researcher, we look into four things. One is scientific product. Second is you can say industrial product. Third is societal product or policy product. So I use this technology more for societal product rather than any industrial product. So I'll just discuss this thing one by one. I think there are a lot of things which really can be used while making decisions. Okay. So I start with a quotation from Einstein: "Time and space are not conditions of existence. Time and space is a model of thinking." When we look into business management, I think both the cases, either it's disaster management or business management, we work with the event. So we, whatever analysis we do, we put in space and time, nothing else. And you see where you will get these data and do certain kind of analysis that can help you in your decision making processes. I'll just show like why you need a strategy. So why do you establish a strategy? How do you successfully execute your strategy? Just tell me. So why, as a startup, why you require a strategy? So how you make your strategy? Yeah.
To achieve goals, basically.
Yeah, to achieve goals. So what is your basis of analysis?
To identify the right market. The
Yeah, right market. So what is the, I mean, on basis of what you make a decision? You are doing some analysis.
How many people face
this
facing
so the data which you are getting, so it is either in text format or it's the number format. Okay. So you see your business depends on it doesn't depend on any location or place. Have you ever thought of to integrate this location and place into the text and number? Can you integrate? You see what I'm trying to say you, there are two type of data usually we use. And this geospatially, what this means technology, mostly 80-90% is used in disaster management. But in USA or Europe, right now these are integrated in businesses. Two things you look into. If I add locational aspect, yeah, I'm just thinking of some startup I want to take to the market. So have you ever analyzed on location basis or place basis? Have you analyzed anything like that?
Normally, the person, whenever they are going to start any business, they always set in a mind they will cater to the customer.
Yeah, but what is the basis of analysis? It's only number, text, or some location. Have you done any locational analysis
Several
integrating
times the
these
three.
two? Yeah, have
Several
you
times the
done?
all three.
Huh?
Most of time the all three.
All three, but have you means just tell me what kind of analysis you have done in looking at the place? Have you integrated this thing while doing analysis? X place, just I say we capture place in form of two format, either in you can say point, line, polygon, or pixel. So if I say, if I want to integrate, you just what we do, we just see this is a market, okay, this is a whole location. Have you gone inside that particular market, which is a better one, which is least one, where is my customer? Have you done any analysis like that?
Definitely we do it.
Yeah, how you do it? Just I am asking.
Actually, through
That
market,
also is number or text. Not
most of time.
Yeah, most means I think 99% you do with that, either number or text. But the one which I will be showing, that is how to include the place part. Okay, and these data are open source data. Keep in the mind, you don't require money, but you should know these technologies which we are using. Okay.
I have also learned first time.
Yeah. Okay, I think this is strategy. I think a lot of things goes on inside the strategy. Just these are this is not my like my domain, but still you require a vision, mission, objective, strategy, approach, and tactics. I think I'm just going. I think when we talk about business strategy, so it's a larger vision in company that guide the plans for employee and manager. I think has its foundation in strategic thinking. I think that is important. Where spatial thinking is also important. What I am trying to say, when we say strategic thinking, it should be more spatial rather than text and number. What I am trying to say. And if you ask me as a from conservation perspective, if I think about what we talk about business as usual in a good environment, so we talk about geodesign thinking. That's a different concept which I will try to solve. Okay. Uh, you see, strategic planning is a process. I think everybody must be knowing. Review market condition, customer needs, competitive strength and weakness, socio-political, legal, and economic conditions. And each indicator you can use spatial knowledge. I'll show you how to use it. Okay. Okay, let's go. What is the basis of analysis? I have already told, whether it is text, number, audio, video. We don't use that is called as spatial and non-spatial. Spatial means like something which is related to place, okay, which is a more important thing while you make your strategic plan. I think this is geospatial business. You see, I think if you create a database like this, okay, I think creating is not so difficult. I am saying, like what I'm trying to say, like these are all open source data, like datas are there, millions of datas are there. Usually, what we do as a researcher, so I am not more into business. I am more into society. So we produce products. More people are being killed by extreme events. So we develop algorithms. We save life. That's my job, not to make money. Okay, because I have already become a professor, so I don't have much aim or objective. So what we go for analysis of 100 years. Like we do, I will show you a few examples of mine. Then we'll go to the business part, which I may be weaker in that section because I have not done much research on that. Okay, frankly saying, but these data you can create. I think these are the graphs which is being created. If you create a database like this, okay, so you can make a lot of decisions while planning or while doing strategic planning or anything you want to do. I'll show you. Okay, you see, this is what exactly we do. Our work is to go back million of years, 100 years. We look into that. Then we, as a means, like you see, there are events which is taking place maybe 100 years after, like earthquake, or we do analysis like lightning, single blast. It happens, take a lot of lives. We used to analyze is as a event. So what you place is important, because if you in a lightning, if you are outside, so you are unsafe. In earthquake, if you are inside, you are unsafe. So two things are different. That is why we develop a lot of techniques. I work with these things. If you see, my publications are mostly with these things. Okay, but when I say how it works, just try to understand. I think it will be helpful for you. You see, there are two data. I think you must be knowing what is data, the characteristics of element on the ground. So like I am showing a natural one. Okay, if I want to capture this information, okay, characteristics, this information, if this information or this data will be used in your decision making process. Just think of yourself with an example. You see, you work with this, what it is. We work with text and number. So we don't include this where it is, location aspect. So if you integrate those things, there are a lot of modelings, means like you develop a databases, you can ask a question. Like somebody who is working in the field, you keep these databases, okay? He's doing a campaign or advertisement, or he is want to give delivery of any service product. If you add this and you give a database in the virtual mode or a mobile, so what he will do, he can check and he can make a decision in the field also. But I'm saying there are a lot of you can say applications of this particular technology, and this is quite free. You don't invest any money on this, because even if you don't require any technology, big technology for that, means downloads of data are there in your fingerprint. Okay, usually you can use this while making decisions, which will be based on the location. Okay, I think you understand where it is. I think this is called as spatial databases. You see, this is text and number. This particular thing, locational aspect. What I am trying to say you, like 80% of decision making process we do on location. Okay, so we capture this information either as a point, line, polygon, or pixels. And right now, what every event which is happening in this earth are being captured by satellite imagery indirectly. Any event is happening. Any, like I can show you lightning flash happening all around the world. Certain satellite is there which is capturing. So there are downloads of informations are there which is free. Okay, which is freely available. So how to use this in your, means while making any decisions you can use it. Okay. So next I think I will show you this is how we really work. So it all depend upon, so what are the things you require for your analysis. Like what I am saying, when we work with the nature, we require something like land use and parcel this district boundary. So I can use this district boundary with these databases. I can go for analysis. What I'm saying, so these are all like thematic areas which you can extract. Okay, it is means what I'm saying. You don't require much technical knowledge, because there are certain codes. If you are little technical, like be something like even know Python, just write a code. You don't require any high-end computing. It will do cloud computing for you, and within a minute you will do analysis and give. And you can create a databases for yourself also. If you are doing some business which is location aspect, you can do a lot of things with this. Okay, this is what this geospatial technology do, identification. Where I think you must be knowing where is my customer. Should I require this data? So where should I fix my location of my particular startup? Okay. Then what is there? Then what is the optimum path? You must be knowing there are certain products which is coming up. If I am in the traffic, I am using these databases. Okay. Like anybody who is delivering certain things. This technology unknowingly he is using. Okay. Then pattern. You can also go for some analysis with the season. Okay. Some even each every day you can do some analysis on that. What is the pattern? What is the trend? And if you want, you can run models. You can forecast about the future, which usually we do. In our case, like we see drought conditions, how it is migrating. We do a lot of modelings with the direction also. You can also look into how your startup, where it will be, who are the means like next year. So who are my future customers? Then what will be the pattern? How it will be changing? So what is my plan for that? So where should I deliver, or what should I do? So all these things you can use from, I think, if you use this technology. Okay, this is what I'm trying to say for students. I think very few students are there. So like what I'm saying, we mostly right now the economy is information economy. And you see most of the jobs which is coming of information economy. And this is Industrial Revolution 4 is going on. It's man to machine communication. Next 5 to 10 years, it will be machine to machine communication. That's why Industrial Revolution 5 is coming up. And more product will be knowledge based products. It will be the knowledge based economy which is coming up in next 5 years. So that is why if you are preparing for any job next 5 years, so try to work with the knowledge, not information. Usually we work with information. Usually we say information communication technology, geographic information system, geospatial information system. What will happen slowly? This because when there will machine to machine, because if you give a code to a machine, then other machine will start working. So there, if you produce knowledge, you have market value. Okay. Then this is what should be the business strategy. I think a lot of technologies, I think in industry, obviously, if you see a lot of geospatial technology are being used, like drone survey, spatial analysis, a lot of are used, but it's not used for decision making process. It's mostly used for civil engineering purposes. You see, let's start. I'll just give you, means it's my small presentation. I will take you through a journey. Okay, you can understand clearly. But I will not able to give you any hands-on training on geospatial technology. Very few time, but you can learn yourself. It's quite easy. Okay, this is I think developing and executing geospatial strategy. I think so. I said you are making strategy for your business plans. I just changed the word geospatial strategy. Okay, is that okay? Okay. You see, first you have to understand, then you plan and act. I think you are doing this strategy or not, or different.
We have used, sir. We are working on ecotourism
Okay.
in the Chammal and Yamuna Valley.
Okay.
It is very decorated area.
Have you used this
Yeah.
geospatial
Yeah.
technology? So what are the databases you are using?
All we have got the all history of the Chammal.
What databases you are? What spatial database you are
Not
using?
it is under process actually.
Okay. Okay. I think
We
you
have
can
mentioned-
use means tourism. You can use geospatial technology more or less. I think you understand this is a very means open source technology which can easily be used. Okay. Just what I am trying to say, there are three stages. Understand, then you plan, you act. You see, what is a geospatial strategy? A geospatial strategy is a business-oriented plan that defines how an organization will use geospatial technology to achieve its goals and desired outcomes. The plan direct how people, I think in startup you are working with the people, process and technology can meet the goal and overcome the business challenges. If you have any challenges, this particular technology can help you. And you see, this is what geospatial technology is all about. Technology relating to collection or processing of data that is associated with location. I have already discussed. This is basically associated with location. Unknowingly, we are making decisions, but still we are not using that particular thing. Okay. I'm showing these are the components. This is called as I think everybody, every mobile you have a GPS. Have you used in your startup or anything? Yeah, have you used this GPS for analysis? You can just create, means what I'm saying, like if some field workers, like you have field executives, okay, like we have research associate who does our work in the field. So when they go and get any information from the ground, okay, so what usually you do, you have a sheet, Excel sheet or something, just you put a questionnaire or something, so you just geotag that location. There is a geotagging option is there, or you just get the lat and long. You see your analysis will be different altogether. Okay, if you make a cost benefit analysis or any analysis you are doing, so it will be a different one. What I am saying, you just try, you can understand this thing. Then that is remote sensing. I said there are a load of satellite images which you can use. Okay, just to give a command to that particular engine, so it will give you output to you. Okay, remote sensing, I think you must be knowing, this is acquiring information without coming in physical contact with the object. That is called as remote sensing. So a lot of these informations every day they are creating. Just think of, if I want to do a analysis of my business strategy, so like there are some industry there. In the last 30 years, so what has happened? Can I do an analysis, go to the past and do some analysis? You cannot find that.
It will take too much time.
Too much time, but you don't get concrete data.
Hmm.
But if anything which is unknowingly captured, you can do. What I say, we usually how we do research, like I can go back 100 years for this region. I can check the weather conditions. I can go for physical processes. I have all these data sets. Just to, I know what is the code required. I just go to the engine, I ask, this is my study area or something, it will just give me out. Then I do analysis. Like I can say we do a lot of works on forest fire management. We do a lot of work in lightning induced deaths. We do a drought analysis. We do. We can go back 200 years. So what I'm saying, if your startup, okay, has to do something which is remote sensing data is available, use that. It can make you better in understanding the processes and planning for the future. What I'm trying to say. Okay. Then there is a geographic information system. This is don't like there are a lot of softwares which is coming up which is licensed version. So most industry why they don't use it, because they say there's like a lot of investment, 12 lakh, 13 lakh investment. But there are a lot of open source softwares which is available, like QGIS. Okay, there are a lot of if you know programming like Python or Java API. So what you can do, you don't require this software. So everything is embedded in a Google Earth Engine. There is a Google Earth Engine that's called a GEE. Google Earth is a powerful tool. You can have lot of data, okay, and you can just think of like if I'm just going to create a startup, okay. So have you ever thought you must be doing SWOT analysis? Okay. So what is the threat? Just think of Himachal Pradesh tourism. Just take an example. So last I think few months back. So what happened? You see how many crores of rupees were lost or damaged. Okay. What I am saying, just think of from these databases you can forecast many things. When I am planning, so when we talk about trade, so we can visualize all these things if I do some analysis like that. What I am saying, so that is why this technology is so important. It's not only profit maximization, it's about sustainability. It's about also nature. If I am a nature lover, then I will just think of, so I should go for maximum profit maximization or just exploiting the resource. You know, like business people, they don't understand how the nature is changing. So how should I act? That's a big question, which I work with that. I really criticize many developmental process. Means like government people really ask why he criticizing everything, because as we work with nature, we understand what the nature of change. We can forecast or visualize what will happen next 50 years. There will be nothing to do business. If you see, if you are putting an industry in coastal region, just think of in my state in Odisha, if you put an industry in the coastal region, if that particular coastal area is eroded, maybe next 10 years. So where is your industry? How much money you lost? Just think of, I was thinking while I was doing research in that area, because I used to do a lot of field works. When I was doing, I was just thinking somebody at 11th century, 13th century designed a location for two temples, Jagannath temple and Konark temple. Just think of how many years has gone up. Still that isn't. So that is the science they did. We still we don't have much sciences, Western sciences. We still don't have much technology to understand what 300 years will happen. Our model doesn't work. It works for 30 to maximum 40 years. But we don't know if this model will work or not. A lot of validations are required. I just was thinking like somebody from civil engineering. Just think of like these two temples must have faced more than 1,000 severe cyclones still intact. But what our government is doing, we are borrowing technology that's RCC from Western world. We're not doing any research on that. Okay.
I think still today we have not too much modernized. We are not able to.
Yeah, that is a problem. You see, that's the big problem. Is like when I worked in a state university in a very small place. So people, when we interact with the faculties, they ask, "Why should we publish?" I answer them, you know that our forefather didn't record it what knowledge they have. They didn't pass it. That is why we went to the Western world.
Sir,
So we have to publish and we have to record these
another
things.
thing they had in writing.
Yeah.
But the invaders burned it. They destroyed
Yeah,
it.
I don't know because it was not passed on. I think a lot of they were more advanced than us. But I think from my research point of view. Anyway, like what I'm saying, this geographic information system, this is an open source one, so you can easily use it. It's a very simple thing. Okay, I'll show you. You see, this is the workflow. If you are making any decision, this is the workflow. You can see here. You can use remote sensing data. Or like if I want to do some drone survey, I can also do. You can hire a drone. You can get if you want for 1 year any databases you can get. like the railways, the transport infrastructure company, they are doing. A lot of drone surveys are being right now used. And you see, this is the GPS. This is one location. I will just give you an example. Like when we do research in lightning, like government doesn't do geotagging. If we would have done geotagging data, we would have done download of analysis. We could have a better plan next year. So we season how the death is happening, so how it is changing. Every season has a different death pattern. So we can do our campaign like that. So that is why this GPS is very important. Geotagging of data is very important. Simply geotag and you create a database, you see you can make better decisions. I'll show you how to make it. Then you do some kind of analysis. So there are inbuilt things inside the software. You can do whatever modeling you are doing, data analytic modeling you are doing, you can do spatial data analysis. Let's say just locational aspect will be added. Okay. Then you can say this is whole geospatial technology. I am saying, you see, only you require a computer or a desktop or a laptop, nothing else, and an internet connection. Simply. You don't require much technology. Your mobile is GPS and all these things are available. This you say desktop. So this is a important thing. It's called as web cloud. I will say, like when I was doing my PhD back in JNU in 2008, or I finished my PhD in 2009. So when we were doing research, what do? You require high-yield computing. I want to do an analysis for whole India. So every grid spatially I have to do analysis. What I'm saying, recently we did one work for Odisha, like we did drought analysis for 100 years back. So what we do, every grid we have data, like there is 12 lakh data points. So if you run in a desktop, it will take 3 months to give you the processing output. Simple thing you do in cloud, it will just 1 hour, it will finish. So that is the power. So if you know cloud computing, you don't require high-end computing. Usually, like state university faculties complain, we don't have good infrastructure, like National Institute, we don't do research. But right now, if you see, these are the potential, means you can say technology, that's cloud computing, web cloud, because you don't put any money. Everything is there. Data is there. Software is there. Okay. You have to just put your input, just write a code. So cloud is also there. You don't require high-end memory. So memory is there. It will just run, give you output. Then it's all depends upon you how you visualize it, how you want to show or how you want to do marketing. That's all depend upon you. What much creativity or innovation you put inside. So that is why this particular web cloud is very important. Then this is navigation, indoor personing, surveying. While you do market survey, anything, you require geotagging that. Just do. I think you have already must have done some survey. Okay, you see market survey has been done. When you do, you use text number. Just get the position, and then you create a database. And once you create a databases, means I am saying I make a databases for whole state. Okay, if my sphere of influence is whole state, I make a databases for maybe my unit is village. Okay, I can do a analysis on the village level, just asking query to that particular thing. I'll ask, this is my threshold, give the which are the blocks or villages which I should target in fast. It will give you analysis. It will just give you, just ask a query, it will give you the output. Inform that these are the villages which you have to do. But first of all, you have to create a database. Once you create, then you can ask questions. What I am trying to say. So while you are doing any survey, so try to just geotag, get the lat and long, make a databases. You ask question. It's a tool which can give you a lot of help in the decision making processes. Then this is Earth observation. If you require any thread data, what I'm saying, if I just thinking of next 20 years, if I'm just thinking what will happen in next 20 years, is there any threat? So I can go for Earth observation data, which is freely available. Again, like ecotourism, you require a lot of Earth observation data. Like you can also plan. I'm just giving an example. Like every hour the data is being created. Okay, the weather data is created. You want to know like which is the window where the tourist will be coming up. Okay, if I want to do that, so I can make a window. It's like if any places tourists are coming, so they should be safe. I can give you an example. Like there are per year in Puri, I think Puri coastline, 40 deaths happen. due to reef current. Because people used to go inside sea, there is a reef current is produced at certain time. So 40 people are being died. So what will happen? The tourism will reduce. So how to get rid of that? What I am saying, and you must be knowing, like if you are going to Himalaya, so there are a lot of landslides happen in monsoon and all sort of period. You can plan that, you can design some advisory also. Okay, you can design some advisory next week. So what is the weather condition? So is there any chance? There are a lot of application softwares are available. Just to use. Okay, you use that application software, you can know, because like in India we don't use these softwares. If you go to Europe, I was working in Europe, I think the professor, what I was not used to, because Indian we don't care. So what happens, even we killed, we don't care also. Like the professor in the morning, he was just checking I should take an umbrella or not. Is it in the evening it's going to rain or not? Do you check daily? Okay, you will check what will happen when there will be death around due to these extreme weather events. You have to check. Like you see, I can show you some data in lightning. You know how dangerous it is and how it is killing people. You have to check in that window. So what I am saying, like these things you can use in Earth observation. Then you can go for scanning also. Like what I am saying, you can go for LIDAR data, drone survey. So if you have anything with elevation or anything you want to capture in that area, currently you can do this kind of survey. But you should have money and all sort of things. But this is not so much money is required. But it all depends upon, so what is your use, what is your scale of your startup or something like that. Okay. Okay, you see, this is, I'll just give an example. I'm going to disaster, not to this business. I'll go a little bit, I'll just take time. You can see what exactly we have done, what you can do. You see what exactly we have done for this. This is a lightning flash. You know, every lightning flash is happening. So the satellite image that is called as a TRMM LIS scanner, it's capturing every part of the world and it is archived. So what exactly we do, we go back to 20 years. Then we take the death data. Then we try to analyze which are the area having high deaths. Okay, this is the, you can say, the tool which can be used for analysis. But I'm saying these data are freely available. This is a paper we have published in that is impact factor of 4, International Journal of Disaster Risk Reduction. I think this particular thing, like policy product, government has used this for policy making processes. They are doing rigorous campaign in the next season. So like we produce some advisory. Technically we produce advisory at 8 o'clock and we send it to each and everyone. So what happened? The death has reduced in my district. Okay. You can say this is a forest fire algorithm which we developed. So what we did, like there are technology like in this particular year. So there are a lot of forest fire happen in different part of the forest. So they want to act during that time. So we try to analyze for 20 years which are the reason having forest fire. Okay. So we developed some decision making algorithm for them so that they can make a decision. Anybody use this algorithm can make a decision where the forest fire is there, because we have to give the input forest fire data. So what is the forest type? What is the elevation? So how much water is required? Everything they can. So anybody at the ground level, they can use it. I think this is what we have done, some modeling work, forest fire, machine learning process. I think this, which region will be going to be affected in future. We have tried and we have given to the government this. Okay. And this is, I think we have made 100 years data. You just think of 12 lakh data points. We did analysis. Okay. This is the power of
डाउट है सैटेलाइट तो 100 साल पहले नहीं था तो आपके
नहीं उसमें सोर्स नहीं, उसमें क्या है कि हम लोग क्या किए हैं, just what we did, IMD has 100 years grid data. So grid, they have, every grid they have data, 100 years, they have interpolated. That 100 years data we have taken. Then 1970, the data is available, satellite image. Okay. Then we validated with this data. Then we did machine learning modeling and all sort of things. Okay. So there we work with the data is available for 100 years, but satellite images last 40 years. So you have to require to do validations. Okay. I think this one we are working, and we are also working how the migration is. If anybody is doing any work on agriculture, you require all these databases. Okay. But I am saying, like, There are a lot of models which show which is the agricultural drought and what is the direction of this drought. Okay, that can help you in your decision making process. And this, I think, this require high-end things analysis. You cannot do because it's a machine learning process. You require algorithm, but you can take an expert on this field. You can do a lot of analysis. What I'm saying, like Andhra Pradesh government contacted us, like remote monitoring of the natural farming. They asked us how to develop an algorithm for that. We are developing for them. Means which is natural farming, which is chemical or conventional farming. So that we are trying to develop a model. Okay. So a lot of things can be done. I'm just doing, and this is what I think your business management came into existence. I think this is geospatial. Okay. So everywhere you can use this technology. Just integrate this technology, and all the components of your decision making process will be better. Okay. I think giving few examples, you can see this is power industry is using, making more automatic. Okay. I think in India, power, the sector in India is using this geospatial technology. Simply, you can see everything is optimized with the locational aspect because they have to make a decision. Okay, like Tata is using this. Okay, then you can see this is a geospatial technology for construction industry. I think construction industry, civil engineering. That is a course in geospatial technology they are using. But in your decision making process, you can use. There are a lot of this thing GIS are coming up. A lot of companies are coming off as an entrepreneur. You can see this is the means you can see there are a number of uses of this technology. You can use anywhere you like. It all depends upon, like, you should understand the technology, then you plan, then you act. Okay. You can see this is the end product, how it looks. Means what I'm saying, once you develop a databases, you just have to upgrade that databases. Once your database is created, so you can see this is a like the government uses like to find the GPS is there. If you go to USA, what will happen if you like here is also like there is a vehicle is standing to measure your speed that's it's crossing 80 kilometer or 90 kilometers something they find. Okay, but if you go to USA, what technology they are using? Straight away your speed is being monitored. So like your speed, there is a threshold. So if you crosses, every time there will be a fine is coming. Okay, you can see that these are the, I think what happened. Okay, you can see this is another technology you can get like in your area. You can get all the databases like customer databases. You create a databases. Okay, once you create a databases, you can use for decision making process. Just a simple tip, you can make a lot of decisions. Where to invest, where not to invest, where to put the product or something like that. So a lot of innovation and creation can be done. So then question is, I think I have given you ample idea about geospatial technology. So do I need geospatial technology for my startup? How many think that you require geospatial technology?
प्रैक्टिकल करके बताएंगे तो समझ आ जाएगा.
हाँ, करेंगे?
नहीं जैसे जो मेरा जो भी प्लान है जो मैं कर रहा हूँ तो चंबल यमुना का नेगेटिव नरेशन है ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड. तो जब मैं टूरिस्ट को लेके आया बाहर से तो जो मेरे को पार्टनर थे उन्होंने कहा बोला यार ऐसे काम नहीं चलेगा. ये फर्स्ट टाइम आई हर्ड दिस नेम जियोस्पेशियल. उन्होंने उसका यूटिलाइजेशन किया. उन्होंने चंबल के बारे में जो नेगेटिविटी थी उसकी 1000 years बैक का पूरा हिस्ट्री निकाल दिया और उसको
That is on texted number. Okay.
और उन्होंने उसके
Still you have not used. I think you can use 3D of that area. You can show 3D. Like somebody can virtually go inside Chambal and see all this.
Yeah.
Then they can come. You develop a model virtually, like someone can go inside and see these are the places which is required. You have to write the text. This is the relevant that this. Somebody means who is planning for tourism. So what exactly he or she do? He search in web. He or she search in web. Then he will have a virtual, you can say, feeling of that area.
No, he will not here. He is from Bangalore.
Anywhere. You just put a virtual map in the web,
Okay.
in your website.
Okay.
Just what I'm saying, anywhere in the world. So if I want to go to any region, just think of if I'm going to any region. Okay.
So what should I make decision? I should make like my interest or something has to match up with that. You have to make a study that what is the interest. So then you make a 3D or geo visualization of that particular area, put these content. Then you have to put this area is safe because Chambal is known for all these things.
Definitely.
How it is safe you make, you can create. But what I'm saying, this is how you put the product to your customer. Then he or she can make a clear decision.
He will take this.
Okay, I just giving you example like few people from IIT what they did this renting. People used to go for look for houses for rent.
Right.
So somebody like 99acre.com, somebody, what is that concept? Just you see what is that concept? Just a location aspect. He gives better information. When I make a decision, I have to go and check this is the room, this is the facility. If I make a databases and give you that, you just pay few rupees and you get a databases. Then I make a better decision where to live or if I want to take a rent. So I will look into this, where is school for my children, where is the whatever I am looking, desiring. So it is there. So I can make an easy decision. These are the 10 houses I select on priority. So this is the best one. Then I go for visit rather than going all the 10. What I'm saying, this is the a tool which you can use. Okay.
That will be helpful.
Yeah. Okay. I think few of you are interested in this geospatial technology. Few are also there. Okay. You see, this is the challenges. You want to integrate, startup. So legacy technology, like outdated technology, like, if you want to work with the startup, anyone, if I am a researcher, I work with the three things. And a student also has to work with three things. That is the process. One is skill, technology upgradation, last is visualization. Okay. Just you think of where my startup will be after 5 years. This is my visualization. This is imagination. Logic can take you from A to B, but imagination can take you everywhere. Okay, you imagine big or dream big, then you reach somewhere. Okay, so that is why these three things is important. So what I'm saying, that is limited exposure to new technology. Like this geospatial technology is rapidly changing. As a researcher, I work in a small university, but I usually upgrade myself. If I don't upgrade, so what will happen? So I will be away from the scientific community. Okay, if I have to give at least 3 to 4 hours daily to upgrade myself, whatever things I learned, it became obsolete after a few years. I have to upgrade because technology is changing rapidly, and technology is just to reduce your labor, nothing else. Okay. Then staff with training needed. You must be knowing just a single person can do many things. You don't require much training. Okay, if you go to this established company like ArcGIS, they will say a lot of training, human resources required, but it's not required. You just know the technology, you have a few domain of knowledge you can do. Then poor public facing contents. Then you can see this is the technical steps. You have to upgrade your software. I think this is an open source software. Deploy geo environment. So just try to think at least. From this session, try to think, how can I use a place in my decision making process? Simple geotag, simple get it lat long. Just try to think in this direction, you will be moving. That's called a geo environment. Then train staff, I think is not required. Go to the cloud. So as a startup, so use cloud as much as possible. Cloud computing. This is a potential arena which you can use. Then create a hub of premium sites. I think this is one. I think students who are from management, I think this is one which is very new. And in India, nobody uses this technology till now. Europe and USA, they are using. This is one engine which is called as Google Earth Engine. So have you heard this thing, Google Earth Engine, students? No?
No, sir.
Okay. You see, Google Earth Engine is a very, you can say cloud computing platform for spatial analysis. Okay. Just you have to have a Gmail, nothing else. If you have a Gmail, just register yourself. It will open like this window. It will be like this window is coming up. Okay. And this is means you just try to understand, if I want to develop a geospatial lab, if your institute want to develop, what they will look at. You require hardware, you require software, You require humanware, you require dataware, network. But here what they have done, they have embedded everything at a place. That's called as change. Just you should know how to write the code. If you know Python, I think right now any technical guy who must be knowing Python, which is an open source one, okay, or Java. You just write these codes. These data will be coming off in this pop-up in the window. Analysis has been done. So you have to give an input. You got your output. Then you do visualization. And this is a powerful tool to play as a student, okay? Because like in management also, you have lot of potentials. You can say you can have a lot of advantages. When you are looking for a job, you just think of, if I give a decision on a place to some company, so they will hire. Okay, somebody who is working with the text and number, so you just think of, if you are working for a government project, okay, so they have to make a decision in place of location. Okay, so there you require this. If you give a better solution, they will hire. I'm saying, I think I used to a associate professor in a department which is called as Natural Resource Management and Geoinformatics. So few of my students from state university got job in companies, only because they know the knowledge domain, they know the technology. Okay, so they are supposed to hire from IIT, but these people know that technology, they hire them. Simply these T's and these people, they hire them because only we know this. Okay, but this is not developed. You just think of like Tata is putting this telecommunication, they are doing some survey. Okay, so where to put this, you can say there is towers. So there, if somebody who knows this technology, just to make some databases, make a model, and they can give it. Okay, so what I'm trying to say you, this is an engine which you should learn, and you can learn yourself. It will just take a month to learn. Okay, it's not difficult. Okay, then there are a lot of challenges, obviously. So when we say spatial, you have to make a lot of things you have to change in your thinking process. It's not about money or investment. It's about just non-spatial to spatial thinking. Okay, you can say, okay, I think am I deviating? So we should focus on business. Okay, that's my job. You see how to establish a geospatial strategy in my startup. This I will show step by step. I think very simple step. Okay, but I don't have time to give you hands-on training because I have a very 1.5 hour is very difficult. But I can show you some of the softwares which you can use. Okay, you can see this is. I think I have already showed. First understand, then plan, then act. Okay, I think you just tell me what is your business goal and what is the business challenges. I think on basis of this you make your decision. Huh? Improve collaborative between departments. If you have different department XYZ, you make a collaboration. Okay, then make a better decision collaboratively. Then do XYZ tasks more efficiently. Improve service delivery. Share the success story with the public. This is I think this is the goal which you will looking at your startup, a different one. Okay, then this is the business challenges. Just think duplicative efforts address the same problem. Inconsistent decision making takes long time to answer question. I think there are like increased services, trouble meeting mandate. These are I think these are very common challenges we used to face. You see, what is the solution? You have to engage across the organization. So how you can engage? Okay, you see this is a field worker. Okay, he creates data for you, where you make a decision. Then this is I think end user. This is your customer. Okay. Previously, what I was doing, I was just collecting the descriptive statistics or the number, text, or something, audio, video I am collecting. But here, what I am doing from these two databases, I am just creating a spatial data, or you can say geospatial data. Then you make a plan, existing plan, decision makers. I think then the business goal and business challenges. So you have to plan. So if you have challenges, you have to overcome that. You should have a plan for that. You see, this is the business-driven solution. I think you should understand the targeted training and support you require. In case of geospatial technology, just think of, we don't require mass training. It's just a single individual if you can hire, or you can train a single person who can handle all these things. It's just tip of point. And something who is technical from engineer background can do better because he or she knows the code which the particular engine understands. Then you require reliable data. I think this is required for decision making processes, better processes. Okay, like we have ton load of data. Like something which is coming up is called as IoT. Do you know what is IoT? Yeah, what is that?
Getting the data from the cloud.
Yeah, you just what I'm saying. Like I have a friend in Australia, my batchmate. He what he does, he give a solution to the farmer. Okay, that's IoT. Like if a farmer has a particular problem in today, so you'll just send a query to that guy. So what these are like we cannot do in India. He called me, can we do this thing replicate in India? It's not possible because their agricultural land is 400 acres. They put a sensor on that. We have not more than 1 acre, some plot. Okay, so what they hire these companies, they have sensor. What they do, they get the real-time data. They have own databases from internet. There are a lot of databases are available in internet. You should know which is open source data. So what they do modeling means at instant. It's like fast food. Okay, so like instantly they make a solution, give it. He's not a technical person in every field, but all the data are available. That's our Internet of Things. Our thing will change in coming days. Okay, so that is why, like, if I want to make a business every day, you have means like business is not static; it's dynamic. So you have to each hour you have to make a decision, or every day you have to make a different decision. For that, you can use this thing. I think you can create or use this Internet of Thing or geospatial data in your decision making process. And you should know which is reliable, which is non-reliable. That is important. Then assess targeted technical capabilities, then reliable environment, then workflow. You see, just check you are at this state. Okay, your startup is like A. So you are planning for point B. So you should have a business driven solution. Okay, I think it's like that or not? Huh? You require to make a solution for that. Okay. You see, this is how we work. I think you must be working with some human resource, some technology, some process. Okay, if I understand like that. So, like current staff capabilities, resource management culture, then existing workflow, IT governance, development approach. You require current infrastructure, access to technology and data, performance and availability. You see, this is your future need. How do you make like what I'm saying? What workforce is needed? You make a decision. So, like you can just I am just thinking of like I want to I have produced a product. I have to do some marketing or to send some end product. Just anybody can take any example. I can explain. If you have any product, okay, you want to take to the market. So, what steps you follow?
Let's take an example of the solar industry.
Yeah, solar industry. So you have solar panels.
Yes.
Okay. So you want to just you want to marketize this solar panels. There are different companies.
Yes.
So how you make a decision?
What unique are you providing? Suppose I am providing 360-degree movable solar panel.
Yeah,
That's the
absolutely.
unique thing.
That's the unique idea.
Hmm.
You just think of what's the capability. Means what is your cost?
If I am adding the 360-degree system, the cost increased to 10,000%.
Yeah, 10,000%.
Yes.
Just think of who is going to buy. Have you made an analysis? I can make an analysis of rural areas, urban area, rural urban area. So where my things are there. So who are my targeted customers? Then I will make a campaign or something. I have to advertise. I have to reach them. So all these are locations. So what is the workforce I needed? If I have a like 1 year, next 1 year, I should make a plan for my startup. I just think of, so what is the resource with me? So these are the regions I have to target, like A, B, C, D, E. Okay. Then what is the human resource required? So how you make a decision? You can make a better decision. You create a spatial database. You understand these are the locations where they have a capability to buy 360-degree plan. If you go to a rural area, you do campaign, you are losing money.
So actually, the area where the sunlight is available for the short time, that that area is.
Yeah,
should be
that
the
is
targeted
another thing.
area.
Yeah, I don't have technical knowledge. I think that can be one also. You can have databases solar radiation. You can get databases for last 30 years. You can make prediction for another year. You can just think of like this is my target area. You can make an analysis of solar radiations. So which are the months which have a different means you can see we have done an analysis. The solar radiation increases from February to you can say June, which is creating a lot of forest fires. Moisture amount is reduced. Okay, so these are the parameters you can use. Okay, then second thing, which are my targeted customers who have a capacity to buy these panels. Then only you can think of putting retail or doing marketization. How many people are required to achieve that particular goal? Or I have to reduce my or customize my solar panel. Make it means customer friendly or something which can be some kind of creativity or innovations you can put so that any rural person can get it. Okay, you can get subsidy from the government. So a lot of things means what I'm trying to say, when you make a decision, you are just making a decision with number and text. You just put a location, your decision making process increases. And you know you will be not losing much money. You can have a concrete plan. So you can achieve your target. What I'm trying to say.
So with this process, we can make decision on map and location based.
Yeah, you can create a database. What I'm saying, like if you are giving a survey to a company. Normally, when some product starts, they used to make a market survey. Okay, if you have money, you can do for that. So while creating that database is what we create. We create a Excel sheet with column and row. So I just created databases with maps and these databases. So that when I ask a query, like I put a people X in this particular area. Okay, I give a databases to him. These are your targeted customers. You have to make an advertisement or you have to connect with these people. How you connect, you make a plan. So somebody you just give number. Like this is an area, like you see Gwalior. I have targeted customer at this pocket, that pocket. Okay, so I have to put a marketing strategy. Okay, if my field worker is at X point, I'll say this is you will give a query. Who are my targeted oriented? Means customer. So location will be shown. Then he can plan in a better way where to put, where not to put. Your money will be saved. What I'm saying. If you give him this number and text, he cannot make a decision. Okay, what I'm trying to say. Okay, I think is it clear or still down? Okay. So a lot of things I think you can have virtual databases of customers and everything because you know the customers also use a dynamic one. You can upgrade these databases. Your database, once you create a databases, so what will happen? You can upgrade, you can use it anytime you want. Okay, but certain algorithm has to be developed and it can be virtual. Means what I'm saying, just giving an example. There can be a number of innovative ways where you can use this technology. Okay. Then you can see this is the business goal, this is the business challenges, this is business driven GIS solution, business value GIS. Just what I'm saying, I think you have integrated this technology. So how you will plan for it? Just tell me. Just take your example, any agriculture or tourism or solar panel. Just tell, so how you will be moving, how to prioritize or you can say sequence your activities. Just tell me. Anybody can give an example, then I can help.
सर मुझे आने वाले 10 सालों में जो शुगर केन मैं अभी प्रोड्यूस कर रहा हूँ उसके लिए पर्टिकुलर टेम्परेचर मुझे चाहिए वो कितना मूव करेगा कि मुझे फर्दर क्रॉप में एडवांसमेंट होना है कि नहीं होना है
Yeah, so that require a lot of means special knowledges and a lot of agriculture people has to be integrated because you know productivity. Okay, depend upon which parameters. You know we are doing a research which we are showing climate change has not much impact on productivity because we are using fertilizer, we are using other parameters.
other things remain same
Yeah, Other remains, and you want the temperature data, forecasting temperature
Yes.
data for next 10 years.
And-
It can be
and-
done
and-
easily.
And its effect on the crop.
It can be done easily because there are a lot of application softwares. You have to just put your area. So it will give you. Just take 3 or 4 application software, just compare. And you have to validate previously your data. Yes, previous data has to be validated. My forecasting is correct or not, because usually what we do, like I take data for last 10 years. Present data is there, so I make a forecasting. So if my data is 90%, more than 90% is correlated, then I use that particular model for forecasting next 10 years. Okay, so these data are freely available. Previous data are available with IMD.
But
That's
through which app?
there are downloads of apps. I think if you want to do there is a weather bog is there. Okay, they do forecasting, but they will not give you previous data. But previous data you have to contact. That's called as Indian Meteorological Grid data. So every piece grid it will give you data. Okay, temperature data. Then you have to make an analysis of all these grids. Okay, certain expert is required. If you go to the previous one, so then for projection they have already their algorithm. If you want to
In the
see,
same manner, suppose he is growing the paddy.
yeah, Paddy, lot of work's been done.
What he should, whether he should go for this year or not, because we don't know about the rain.
Yeah. What I'm saying, you can these predictions can be done by using IMD data. Okay, but the reliability is 80% or 85%. Okay, that can be done. And other thing for that you have to go to the past period. You have to make an analysis. You have to concretize for the present. You go for the future. Okay, but what I'm saying, the knowledge domain of agriculture productivity, because it's not only the weather event. What I'm saying, these are not only weather event. There are a lot of other things are happening, like water stress, the change of crop patterns. Then you can see there are certain things which monsoon breaks are coming up. This pattern is changing. So if it is a monsoon,
Monsoon is unpredictable. That's
Yeah.
why I need the data. Otherwise, there is no.
monsoon is not unpredictable. You have to go for last 50 years data. Then you have to understand what is the break. So what is the controlling factor? Usually unpredictable means you are not going to pass 50 years. What I am saying, there are certain global factors like El Nino, La Nina. So it creates break. So if it is a El Nino period, that will be this number of breaks will come. So it will be shifting. So you have to understand these shifts and you use in the model. There you require expert. You cannot do that. Okay, there you require means concretely you require, so you require experts in that. Okay, but these knowledges, there are application softwares which are doing, but the reliability you have to test. Got the point what I am saying? Okay, but if you want, I can help. Okay, certain point I can help you because we are working on that, doing some kind of research on that. Okay, so what I am saying, you have to do certain activity as you said. You require IMD data. You require to do analysis. You have to look for the farmers and all sort of things you have to look in a project. Like you see activity A, activity B. Then you make a decision which has to be prioritized. What is the sequence? So how you make a decision? If you have a product, you want to send it to the farmers. So how you make a decision? As a entrepreneur, how you make decisions? This product should go to the market. This product should not go to the market. Do you make any decisions?
Definitely, if suppose my product is related to the sugarcane, then I will see in which area sugarcane is being grown by the farmers.
Yeah.
And
So you
how
have
much
just
area they
think
cover.
of like you have product 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Okay. So which product has to go to where you make a decision? Which product has to go? Which product has not required to? How you make a decision?
For example, suppose I'm also using manufacturing the pesticides.
Yeah.
So if the sugarcane area is affected by a particular disease, and my pesticide is useful in that case, and if there is a starting of that, or there is a likely, we have seen the trend that after 1 or 2 years there is a mass level there is a problem of this particular disease. In that case, we will supply it to the market. Otherwise, not.
Yeah. So what I'm saying that this requires a lot of data to make a decision, because for modeling is when you talk about pesticides, so there are like weather is one factor, temperature increases, then there is certain things. So there are other factors also, more use of pesticide or eutrophication or something like that. So what I'm saying that you have to means you have to put the activity 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So what exactly we do, you can see. So you have to integrate with a third party business system. Obviously, if you are doing in a larger scale, you require expert in that particular thing. Okay. You require expert, 3 experts are required. One will be agricultural expert. I think he has a knowledge domain what exactly is happening to the crop. Second is your meteorological one is not required. You can use a geospatial specialist who is specialized with meteorological knowledge. So they can run models or machine learning process. They can give you out. Certain algorithm has to be developed. Okay, because if you are doing in a larger scale, okay, then replace paper-based working flow with mobile core solution. Create a GIS user group. I think if you are trying to integrate your spatial thinking in your business processes, so everybody should understand what particularly this spatial thinking is all about and how it is helpful. Then replace legacy application with core solution. Migrate to the cloud. I think you have to few people has to train. At least few people has to be trained. And this is an example. I think I am just taking activity A, B, C, D, E, F. I have to do. Okay. Then people, technology, and process. I think I have worked with these 3 things. You can just think of this is the priority matrix mapping. I think I will be making like mostly entrepreneurs or businessmen. They look for benefits or you can say profit. Okay, I just put like this higher, lower. I can say easy to launch or hard. Then I have to put this activity there. Okay. Then what I do, just this is this one. Okay, cautiously embrace, then aggressively embrace. Then this you can avoid, experiment. I think this is how I think you have to move while making spatial decision making processes. Which one has to go to the market? You just have to make these kind of analysis. Which one has to go, which has not to go. You can see this is how the action plan has to be done. This one you can see. Okay. This is sequencing. Then again, what is the priority? If I make a sequence, what I will do, you can see I execute. Okay. This is the activity. This is one which is my priority B. Then F, C, D. It's not in A, B, C, D, E, F. Then I have to prepare a plan, then implement. Then again I have to review, then operate. I think whole processes you require special knowledge. And this is you have to execute incremental. You don't put everything at a point. Like it not give a solution. Because you require a lot of research on that. Your field, you require a lot of research knowledge so that you get output. So you get a better decision making process. So what I am saying, prepare, define solution in detail. I think getting a solution or getting a plan for that, just think of what is the solution. Okay, is it clear or not? Then just before going to the market, the solution should be clear, concise kind of thing. Then move from conceptual design to functional, prepare a end user upcoming changes, then build and configure your solution, test and deploy your solution, train your user, then operate, execute your new solution in a production environment. Then you monitor performance and use solution, provide ongoing support to your use. I think it requires a lot of review process because if you are working with some dynamic conditions, so what will happen? Everything is like you are working with the environment. Okay, these parameters change everything. So whatever projection we do for next 10 days, so if there is some uncertainties comes up, we have to again change our model. So that provision we have to give. It's a dynamic environment where you are working. Okay, then you can see. Then you have to revisit, understand, plan, act. Then just revisit. I'm just concluding exactly what you have to do. In case of geospatial technology, understand. I think I have just given you a few ideas about geospatial technology. What I'm trying to say, I'm not going in details, but thing is, this geospatial technology, you can use Google Earth Engine, you can use open source software like QGIS. Download of data are available in internet that you can use. Apart from that, if you are doing a higher or dynamic characteristics, you have to hire some, you can say, expert in that field. He can give you better solution, like one which you are doing, like something like we create a 3D for certain things. Okay, there you are require some kind of you can say plan or something like that. Then plan, identify where GIS can bring business value. What I'm saying, if you just think of the one which you are using non-spatial databases, you are using spatial databases. You can find the differences in your business. What I'm saying, if you put location, it will just not reduce your investment cost. It will give better profit because you will be reaching your target each year. Okay, and then I think create plan that take into account people, process, technology, prioritize and sequence your work, bring your solution to life, prepare, implement, operate, and review, share your strategy and success, revisit your strategy. I think this is a simple way. I think I have just given you just an idea. So you just can think of from right now how to use this technology. I think I will be there. So if you want any help, so we can help, okay, freely because we don't charge anything. Because I am not into this business, we are more into working for societal product. Okay, then I'm just showing you this is one which every entrepreneur should know. Okay, or when you are going to start any business, like you see this, I usually do awareness. This is just for awareness. This is not. You see what you have to do. Really, things are changing around the world, and you can just think of so why this is happening. And if you see the data right now, so what is exactly happening after 1950? So the art system has moved into a different system from Holocene to Anthropocene, and you can perceive the changes which is happening all around the earth. You can see why this has happened. You can see the entrepreneurs are responsible for this planetary crisis called as creative destruction. And you know, like there are a lot of papers which is coming up that next 100 years the life supporting system will exist or not. If it doesn't exist, how you will do business? 2-degree temperature, 1-degree temperature. We have to be thinking of all these things. I think you can see that is why geo-designing thinking is coming up. We have to think like Earth. Okay, like what I'm saying, whatever product you are producing, if it is giving waste material, okay, like plastic and certain things, so how it will be recycled? You just think of the nature are existing for many years. So every process has a end product or a waste material is there. But nature is designed in such a way, what they are doing, they are recycling. Everything is recycled. But in case of our things which entrepreneurs are producing, so it is not recycled. So if it remains in the earth, so there is a problem. Okay, so we have to burn it. What exactly is happening? Plastic, you can see, we have to burn everywhere. If there is a burning of plastic, you know that is also carcinogenic. Okay. So this is, I think, this is where really opportunity space are very less. You know, the resilience of our system is decreasing. As it means more into this conservationist approach, I say we are very means you know there is resilience has reduced. Our system natural resilience has reduced. We have a very less opportunity space. So that is why I think you have to integrate geo design. That is what I am saying. I'm just this is means like geo design is a thought processing comprising creation of entity in our geospace. Geoscape means whatever you are producing a product, it is on the art surface only. What I'm saying, this is the purpose of design is to facilitate life. Just think, it's not profit maximization. This is all about your future generations. Just think of. Okay, so you just think of whose life, whose species, or what you have to think of. And just this is how the geo designing is working. We are working on that. I'm not going in detail. This is how to travel through these funnel. You know there is demand and supply. Like you know, like the global population will be reaching 12 billion, maybe next 20 to 30 years. So the carrying capacity will be reduced. So we have to move in this funnel. When we think of bouncing back, there is a very less chance to bounce back. And this is the word that is entrepreneurial ecology or ecopreneurs we are talking about. We are talking about not entrepreneurs. If you ask me, I will talk about ecopreneurs. That means you have to really think of environment before your product. Okay, I think this is a school which is coming up, and we have to really think of this thing. That's called as ecopreneurs. Okay, any business you are doing, just think of environment because it is giving everything to you. You just think of Delhi. I was living Delhi from 2002 to 2009. I was listening to someone, some doctors. He was saying Delhi's air pollution condition is worst. He was saying like he was I think someone related to liver in AIDS. He said, when I was operating in 1990, the liver was pink in color. And when I am operating right now, it's black in color. And the child who is born in Delhi is like smoking from the day he born. Okay, like after 25 years, so cancer coming into existence. 1:1 is coming. So that is why when we are thinking of any entrepreneurship or developmental process, we have to think of in a sustainable. I can say you like the Himalayan mountains. They're like the landslides which happened, so crores of rupees were lost. Okay, so what we didn't plan in such a, we didn't understand the nature. Okay, we didn't care about the nature. That's the reason why the bounce back has happened. So I think this is what we think of like the art system as tipping point. So like as a ecopreneur, we have to really think of to bounce back. Okay, the resilience has reduced. Okay, we will have a different system altogether, and there will be a number of surprises. I think that's already started. If you see the media, you see this is the thing which is happening all around the world. Changes are already seen, and if you go to the, means if you see in small states also, like the climate change impact, the climate change induced deaths. If you see in case of Orissa, we have done research, 91% death is lightning and heat stress is happening. Okay, that has already started. So we have to really think of all these things before we make a plan. And this is the reality. Anybody is talking about climate change, you see there is a shift in this temperature which is happening. And there is a, if this happens, so the extreme events, I think whatever farming you are talking about, so these windows, like whatever season we have, it will be closed. Okay, so more number of extreme events will happen. Okay, so then we have to adapt with that system. Either we adapt or we perish. That's the two way we look at it. I think just this is for just awareness, not my topic. Just I usually when I give a talk, I usually add this because I am more into conservation, not to development. Okay, because we criticize a lot of things in our research. If you find a lot of research may criticizing all these policies, as a researcher, our job is to criticize. Then it will live. Okay, we criticize developmental. We criticize with the logic. Okay. Anyway, I think I have given you ample of ideas. I don't know because I am because when I was coming from the railway station, one student asked me, "Are you fitting with these workshops?" I don't know exactly I fit or not, but I've just given you idea. Other thing like if you want to do any analysis or anything, so we are there. We have a team, like we have a collaboration internationally. We have a big team which work with this research. We work more with the disaster and conservation kind of thing. Usually we work in different part of the world. I worked in Afghanistan for a few years with disasters in mountains and coast. I've done a lot of research on that. That we can help. Also do a lot of forecasting and modeling. Okay. So thank you everyone. So like if you have any query, I can take.
On behalf of everyone here today, thank you, Dr. Mahendra Mishra sir, for taking the time to speak to us today on very important topic. So here we have a memento, a token of appreciation. I request Tapan Prasad Arya to kindly present their token to honorable speaker. Attention please, the high tea time shifted to 5:30 p.m. Thank you.
सर सभी को दे दीजिए